Hello student. Today we are going to start with lesson number 2, what is around us. Social Science Standard 8. Students, what do we see around us? Many things like land, water, trees, human beings, animals, birds, vehicles, houses, etc. So today we are going to study in detail regarding what is around us. So let's start with the lesson. Here, one boy, Dhanvin, was roaming in the garden with his mother. And while walking along with his mother, a question arose. Arose means come about in his mind. So Dhanvin asked his mother that, Mummy, what is land made up of? So his mother replied that, do you see the sun every day? Further, she says that the sun too has a family which is known as the solar family. And then she says that our earth is one of the members of the solar family. And the most important point is that only the earth among all the members of the solar family has got the suitable. Suitable means proper temperature, water and air to sustain. Sustain means support living beings. Generally means normally it is believed that part of sun which has been detached means separated from the sun after the collision means accident, is earth. At the time of its origin it was in the form of a fireball, and this fireball started to cool down slowly. It is said that many elements means part or piece of the earth got transformed into liquid and further into solid form. And during this process, the elements means pieces which got transformed into solid are known as the lithosphere. Lithosphere means land area. And the elements which got transformed into liquid are known as the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means water area. And the elements which transformed into gases came to be known as the atmosphere. Atmosphere means air. Above all the living world which developed due to land, water and air came to be known as the biosphere. Biosphere means the part of the world in which life can exist. In this way, the four spheres came into existence on earth. First of all, we will study about lithosphere, that is land area. The sphere on which we live is known as the lithosphere. Litho means rock and sphere means layer. The upper layer of the earth is made of soil and solid materials like rock. Approximately means about or around 29% of the surface of the earth is covered with lithosphere. This layer is almost 64 km to 100 km thick. The thickness of the lithosphere is not the same everywhere on the earth. Similarly, their interior and exterior do not have identical means similar or uniform physical features. Features means part of a landscape that you can see and touch. It is mostly made up of substances like solid and rocks. On the lithosphere, that is on land, we see mountains, plateaus, plains and valleys. As we move towards the center of the earth, the temperature increases. The molten means liquid or soft rocks in the interior of the earth are known as magma. It is said that there are many gases present in the interior of the earth which rises up with pressure and heat. Here, the pressure of rocks of the surface of the earth is equally strong. Thus, balance between the two is maintained. So, the crust of the earth does not break. When the balance between the two is not maintained, the crust breaks and a volcano erupts. Volcano erupts means lava break out. Dhanvin further asked his mother that, Mummy, how is the lithosphere useful to us? So, mother explained Dhanvin by asking few questions like, where can we construct our home if the lithosphere is not there? Without lithosphere, how can we get water to drink, agriculture for food, minerals for industries, and forest? Further, mummy says that draw a picture depicting depicting means representing all the details you observe on lithosphere based on our conversation. Conversation means talk or discussion. Next is hydrosphere. Now let me talk to you about hydrosphere. The hydrosphere is the liquid component. Component means part or piece of the earth. It includes the oceans, seas, lakes, ponds, rivers, and streams. On the surface of the earth, the area of water is more than that of land. Hydrosphere covers 71% of the earth's surface. A water body in hydrosphere that carries a huge amount of water is known as the ocean. These oceans are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. All these oceans are connected with each other. The water bodies close to the land are known as seas, bays, straits, gulfs, etc. The oceans on the earth are huge and deep. Valleys with depth. Depth means deepness of 10 to 11 kilometers are located at their bottom. The ocean bed has similar features like that of the surface of the earth. It has high mountains, plateaus, vast plains, valleys, etc. Dhanvin further asked his mother that how much water will there be in the sea? Since sea water is salty, is it useful to us? Mummy replies, yes. Oceans contains 97% of the total amount of water on the earth. Approximately means about or around one third of remaining water is trapped into ice caps and glaciers, that is frozen water, at poles, Himalayas and other mountains. Some water is accumulated. Accumulated means collected in the lakes, and some flow in the rivers, and some is stored in the interior of earth as groundwater. The amount of potable water is less. Potable water means fit for drinking is less. Fresh water is precious. This fresh water is required by living beings for their existence. Existence means living alive. The moisture of rain, which is the main source of fresh water, comes from the oceans only. Valuable chemicals, minerals, salt, fishes, etc. are found in the seas. As we have living organisms on the land, in the same way, the seas and oceans have aquatic life inside them. The tremendous means huge force of waves, tides, and currents of ocean are potential. Potential means possible sources for generating electricity. Besides this, oceans are also useful as waterways. Now let's understand the third sphere, that is atmosphere. The sphere of air that wraps means cover the earth from all sides is called atmosphere. It extends means spread approximately means around or about up to 1600 kilometer from the surface of the earth. It cannot be seen clearly with the naked eye. Naked eyes means woman eye alone, like lithosphere and hydrosphere. Atmosphere is composed. Composed means collected or together of various gases, water vapor, dust particles, smoke, salt, microorganisms, etc. Atmosphere is colorless. Colorless means without color. Odorless. Odorless means without a smell. And transparent. Transparent means clear. Solid, liquid, and gaseous elements are included in the atmosphere. It contains approximately 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% other gases. When we go higher from the surface of the earth, the amount of most of the gases in the atmosphere decreases. Carbon dioxide gas is heavy, so it is found more in the lower layer of the air. Ozone gas comprises means contain of a very small proportion means amount in the air. This gas absorbs means take in the ultraviolet rays from the sun and protects the earth from excessive heat of sun. This gas is more in proportions in the morning, in the open ground, and in the air near the sea. Gases like oxygen and nitrogen keeps the living creatures means living things on the earth alive. Nitrogen reduces the intensity means power of oxygen. Water is the most important component. Component means species or part in the atmosphere. Due to heat, the water in the form of vapor evaporates and mixes with air, which is known as moisture. The process of cooling of vapor is called condensation. Condensation means steam or moisture. Various forms of moisture like dew, fog, clouds, and precipitation. Precipitation means rain are due to condensation. Condensation means steam or moisture. The effect of atmosphere is seen on human beings in every aspects. Aspects means situation of life, such as in their food habits, clothing, habitat, color, economic activities, etc. Many dust particles are seen in the atmosphere. Spreading of sun rays are visible due to these particles. It is due to the dust particles that it does not suddenly turn dark after the sunset and it does not suddenly turn bright after the sunrise. The sun rays are reflected. Reflected means throw back with the help of these dust particles on the surface of the earth and we receive the light of the sun. We are able to listen to the sounds due to the presence of atmosphere. That is why radio and Doordarshan telecast is possible. Next is biosphere, the part of lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere where the living world exists. Exist means live is known as biosphere. Biosphere is one of the important sphere on Earth. Earth is the only planet in the solar system having biosphere. Biosphere includes vegetation, animals, insects, and human beings. We obtain food and many other necessary things from biosphere. We cannot live without vegetations and animals. Biosphere is the base of our existence and living. It is divided into two parts. Number one, non living, and number two, living. Lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere form the non living part, while plants, animals, and microorganisms are included in the living world. If man harms the earth by his activities, then do you think it will affect this sphere? It is said that human beings knowingly and unknowingly undertake many activities for their development. Human action causes an imbalance in the different spheres. Due to this, the balance of various spheres is threatened. Threatened means endangered. Underground nuclear testing, too much drilling for mineral oil, and excessive means too much drilling of tube wells affects the lithosphere and causes an imbalance. The dumping of waste from villages and cities along with industrial waste into the water bodies pollutes them. The polar caps have started melting due to increasing heat. The oil spills from ships and disposal means transfer of industrial and chemical waste into the water causes the distractions means harm of marine life, which is highly dangerous for the hydrosphere. Harmful gases emitted means released by industries, workshop, power station and vehicles pollutes air. The areas with the higher frequency means amount of vehicles show increased rate of carbon monoxide in the air. The amount of CO2 in the air increases due to the cutting of trees. Heat on the earth increases due to increase in CO2 in the air. In this way, human activities affects the biosphere. The nurturing links means bring up connect of nature are endangered due to the exploitation. Exploitation means misuse of environment which endangered the biosphere. With this, we have completed with the lesson what is around us. Hope you all have understood. Thank you.